I'm looking at this, trying to figure out how to make a panel that's kind of got that roundness to it. And I went over and I was playing with the bead roller, and I've got like, I mean, I can kind of get around deal. I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I feel like I'm on to something as far as being able to possibly work something out for this. So I rolled it through the bead roller. It's way too round. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this flat bar in here, lay this across the top of it, and see if I can beat a flatness into this area across here. We'll see how that goes. So that kind of worked. It's a lot flatter in this area right here. Now I gotta see if I can bend this over 90 degrees and not jack up this whole thing. So we'll see how that goes. What I'm doing is I've got it in the vise, and I'm actually just pulling it over with my hands just a little bit at a time and seeing if I can get some bend on it without destroying it. At this point, I feel like I need to get something across here. Maybe let me go find a piece of wood. Kind of see what I'm doing there. We'll see if this, when I get it all bent over, I'll go take it to the door and we'll check the fit. Guys, I think that's going to work. I just got to get it cut out of there and weld it in. But that's not too bad. I can smooth it out a little bit with some mud if I needed to. But I ain't complaining. Not for something, just have to hand form it with just hammers and dollies. So that'll work. All right, guys, I'm starting to cut it away. I cut the top too big, so I'm gonna have to find a coat hanger or something that I can use as a filler rod while I do this, but it's coming along. I just gotta keep shaping it. Right now, I've actually got the inside coated with the rust preventative, so I'm letting it do its thing. Then I'll take that off and I'll put a coat of paint inside and on the back side of this thing, and then we'll start sanding on it and working it in to where that we can actually get it welded in place. It's working though. All right, so I've got my plate piece here that I'm about to weld in. I got etching primer drying on the back side of it. I'll probably, after that dries, maybe put like some, I've got some just regular spray paint I'm using just to cover up. After I neutralize this, I went ahead and sprayed the inside of it. And I'll probably go ahead and hit these spots again real quick before I get it covered up. But yeah, it's coming together. I think it's gonna work. Man, I'm pretty happy with this patch so far. When you do this for so long, every once in a while, you do something you feel like you nailed it, you know. Most of the time when I do a panel or something like that, I can always see like all the problems or how it's so off and stuff. But this one's pretty good, so we'll get it burned in and take a look at it. Still got lots more welding and grinding, but it's coming together. Got a big old gap there though, so it's burning up over here. I'm just gonna take my time, build it up, grind it out, build it up, grind it out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a professional body man by any means, but I mean, for what I got there, I'm happy. All right, guys, that's all the welding I'm gonna do. The rest of it will get filled with either epoxy or do a little bit of mud work. But hey, that's way better than what it was in. Most of it's covered with a door panel that comes down to here anyway, so you'll just see this bottom lip. And for a handmade panel, I'm happy with that. It's gonna work. Okay, guys, it's been a few days. This looks kind of yucky because I haven't done any body work to it. It's just the metal work, but I got to change my direction right now and go on to over here, which is going to be kind of a crappy fix. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but this has to be repaired. So I'm going to have to get in here and start poking things and see what's up. Luckily, right now, it's around 11 o'clock and it's only 80 degrees in the garage right now. This weather, man, it's been like 110, 111, and I mean, heat index is like way up there. And It's 80 degrees right now at 11 o'clock in the morning with my air conditioner's been running all night long, and it's only going to get hotter. By mid-afternoon, 90 degrees, you know, but if you're going to get it done, you got to get it done, so let's get busy. All right, guys, I got it scrubbed down. I'm going to go ahead now and get on with the actual body work. That's going to work, but I still think it can be cleaned up a little bit, get that little wave out of there, and then just kind of make it better. This one I'm not that concerned with. It's at the very bottom of the door, but I may smooth it out a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, another piece of the puzzle. All right, just let it dry now. We'll go to shaping it, try to get as nice as we can, and get this door hung back up on the bus. Man, it's hot. This is in the garage right now with the air conditioner running. So, yeah, it's 99 degrees outside. It says. I don't know. It feels like it's hotter. Yep. There you go. Yeah, that's as good as it's gonna get for me. This little corner, this little whack, I still need to work on that. But that's not horrible bad. Hey guys, I'm back on it again. I've got all the doors back on. One of the things that I noticed as soon as I put the sliding door back on is when I cut off the bottom of it and I welded on the replacement piece, it looked like it fit perfect. When I put it on the bus, I realized that it literally was straight with a little bit of curve, but not like a cup curve like the bottom of the door should be. So I don't know a good way of doing it. So I just took a rubber hammer to it, and then a hammer and a dolly to it, and then a pry bar to it, and I've now got the curve in there, but boy, it made a mess of the metal, so I'm really going to have to clean it up with some filler. You can see all the little dents and stuff that's in it, but now it's pretty consistently meeting the bottom of the bus. Before, it literally was sticking out over probably an inch out, just kind of feathered out like that. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to hammer it as much as I can with hammer and dolly and try to get closer. But then after that, it's just going to be filler. I'm not too proud to use filler. That's the only thing I could think of doing to get it back right. But that's kind of where I'm at on it. But you can kind of see how it's kind of tucking in now. Before it wasn't tucked in at all. I wish I'd have taken a before shot.
I don't think I've ever seen a building with a shape in person. I've just seen pictures of it. Like a building built on a corner like that, reminds me of like old New York City.
All right, guys, that's the first coat of mud on there. I did this with the DA. Can't really tell very well, but the light's kind of weird on it. But yeah, I'll do this one more time and then do it with the DA, and then I'll take an actual block and block it back out. But yeah, that's gonna do the trick. All right, guys, layer number 2 is going on the bottom there. I'm gonna do this twice with the DA, and then I'll do it one more time with a block. But yeah, it definitely is kicked in enough now. Now I just gotta get it straight. All right, guys, get some primer on this thing. I've started doing a little blocking. It's kind of hard to tell, man. This camera, it's coming around though. I just got to keep blocking it and keep doing more. Blocking, putting. But it'll be all right. At least it's like bending in now where it wasn't before. So, yeah. Getting there slowly. I still got some lows for dang sure. Well, I'll figure them out. All right, guys. Second time around, just letting it dry. I feel like it's getting better and better every time I do it. So we'll just keep on going until I feel comfortable with it. It's looking pretty good, guys. I've got a few more flaws, but that's a whole lot better than it was when it wasn't meeting, and it's got a nice round edge to it, so I'm happy with this. It's kind of weird at this point. Most of the body work's done, which it's taken a while. I mean, a lot of welding, a lot of cutting, a lot of fabricating, But yeah, I mean, look at this thing. Like, it drives me crazy. That right there, I want to take it out, but it's under the bumper, and I just don't see the point. But yeah, man, it's like I go down this thing, and just look at it, and used to have holes all in it and all kinds of problems. All right, guys, I'm basically working my way around the car right now, and I just took like a gold paint pen in all the places that I can feel that I need to put additional attention on. I'm either putting a mark or an X or something on it as I make my way around the bus. And there's quite a few of them, a lot of areas and stuff. A lot of the stuff I'm going to have to touch again is the stuff I actually fabricated just to get it right, for body work. But yeah, I mean, it's not ridiculous, and the panels feel pretty damn straight on it, so I'm pretty happy with that. But there's just a few little things that are going to have to be addressed on it as I go around. But most of it's straight, which is, I'm going to get that right there, get a little X there. Down this side, hardly anything on the actual panels. I mean, they feel real good. Got just little divots and stuff every once in a while. I do have to work on this again a little bit down here. But man, I'm getting pretty close to getting where I need to be to get this thing where I feel comfortable spraying it with a quality primer and blocking it back before it goes into paint. Okay, I just kind of dusted the whole bus with a guide coat. I'll let it dry real good, and then I will just the blocking shall begin. I mean, there ain't no way to really that I know of another way to do it, but just get a little dust on the thing, then it'll be perfect or anything, and then you just start working your way around. I counted 32 places that I've marked with these X's that I know need some attention, and then yeah, I'm just gonna get this get to sanding. So it begins. Start working my way through these sections and blocking it back. Got a lot of real estate to go on this, but we'll get it done. Probably one of the most difficult things about doing this stuff is being patient. It's like you get to this point where you feel like it's good enough, but when you get the thing into one continuous color or primer, you can see that good enough sometimes doesn't get it. I mean, it needs to be spot on if you're going to have a nice end product. I mean, I don't expect this bus, I mean, y'all saw where it came from and what it's gone through, to be a perfect bus, but I'd like to try to make it as nice as I'm capable of. And then also, it's almost like I feel like I'm training to be a better body person every time I do this. So it's, you gotta have patience. Well, after sanding the side, I've got a few more little places that I've got some lows. So I've got some putty on there, one by the handle here. And this one down here, I ran out of putty before I could fully do the rectangle. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry, and then I'll sand it back, and then I'll probably readdress that top section of it. But yeah, it's coming along. I've been just kind of going through here, and you basically just run your hand down it, and see what you feel, and then kind of block it out a little bit and take it from there. It takes a long time, but if you do the prep and do it right, or do the best you can do, you'll be a lot happier with it when it's all said and done. But guys, I'm getting closer and closer. Got a couple more places where I'm going to address. Working my way through. A couple low spots. But yeah, it's really kind of hard to tell. But yeah, it's getting pretty flat. Working my way around here. Got to hit this bottom of this fender over here one more time. And the bottom of that one where I made that handmade panel. But the rest of it, man, it's looking pretty good. I think we're getting pretty close. Oh, I found a dent up here, so I was glad I found that one. May have to address that a couple times, but yeah, I think we're going to start painting here real soon. I was reading up on all of the stuff on the paint. The Rust-Oleum tractor paint, it's like an oil base and stuff. They said that it's like, as long as it's not like super humid, you can spray this stuff. Everything I'm reading saying I need to cut it with acetone and add hardener, which I'm comfortable with doing. And a lot of stuff says I don't need to prime the whole thing. That being a red paint, that it'll be pretty, I guess, consistent as far as once you get 2 or 3 coats on it. I'm apprehensive about that. I go back and forth with it. I have some primer, so I mean I could do it, so I don't see why I shouldn't. But yeah, this is getting real close. This corner has really been a pain in the butt. I'm down to the point though where it's just a couple little places and stuff. But basically there was an antenna that was there that was all kind of rusted out and stuff, and I cut it out and put a piece of metal in, and I don't really think about how many contours there were in that piece of metal. And I've been just doing a little bit at a time and stuff, but I just know that, you know, this is right in the front of the bus, and that's going to be something that, you know, is going to be a focus with the Volkswagen emblem and stuff on it. So I'd like this front to be just as nice as I can make it. Like the never-ending project. Yeah, I mean, I did take a break and build 2 cars in between, the Red Bug and the Baja, but it's been 6 years I've been working on this thing, so I'm excited to get it into paint. So I'll be catching up with you guys, but until next time, you guys go work on your old vintage Volkswagen bus or your Bug, but go work on your old Volkswagen. Peace, guys.